gold, gold. Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe it, 'cause you are gold, gold. I'm glad that you're bound to return. Dumelambo Maseve, this week we are in the Audi RSQ8 Performance and we're gonna have a conversation. And if you are interested in the Audi RSQ8 Performance and would like insurance on it, click the link in my description box, which will lead you to the Hippo website, where you can compare and contrast up to 12 different insurance quotes. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and just like that, you'll be able to see how much you can save on insurance on your new RSQ8. So now let's get started with the exterior of the Audi RSQ8, and I think this thing just looks absolutely stunning. You've obviously got Audi's LED matrix headlamps as well. They have a bit of a sequence, they dance when you start up the car and when you get closer to the car. So the front is very beautiful. I see that they've removed the RS badging from the front, so it kind of makes it look like a very normal Q8, right? And you've got carbon fiber also around the grille, so adding to the aerodynamics of the car and things like that. It sits on a whopping 23-inch wheel. So this wheel is massive. It's absolutely huge. But I think it looks good coupled with the red calipers. I think this car looks stunning. Moving on to the rear, you've got the solid light bar as well, the redesigned font of the RSQ8. And I think this car just looks absolutely stunning. It does command presence, finished in this very beautiful dark gray color, which is so stunning. So I think for me it looks really beautiful. Very much has that sports SUV kind of look to it. So the exterior, I cannot complain. I think it's just a pure knockout. Yeah, no, I'm taken aback. I think it looks really pretty. Moving on to the interior, that's where things get quite nice. You are met by a multifunction steering wheel that has wrapped with Alcantara, a digital cluster up in front, so that's quite nice. You've also got heads-up display in this vehicle. You've got two screens on your center console. The bottom screen is for your climate control menus, also your drive select as well. So everything just, you have your driving modes, traction off, traction on, but it's mainly for the climate control menu, the second screen. And you've also got the primary screen that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. You've got USB-C around this vehicle, two in the center console, in the center storage space console thingy, and also two at the back for rear passengers. Rear passengers also have a nice climate control menu for themselves, so I think that's nice. I love the sports seat belts. The red strips on either side of the seat belt looks really cool, gives it a very sporty look. You've got a sunroof as well. The sound system in this vehicle is Bang & Olufsen. But we'll get into that a little bit later. There's a lot of piano black. And I think a lot of people have a huge aversion to it. However, it does work in here. This large gear lever that's also wrapped in a bit of Alcantara suede, stuff like that. The seats, you've got sport RS seats in this car with red stitching around them, and obviously the red RS stitching, not just in front but also in the rear. So very much a sporty and a very nice interior. As much as it is a bit dark with the black roof lining, it is obviously a performance vehicle. So I love quite the red stitching and the black, the contrast and everything. It looks really nice. So the interior for me is also absolutely stunning. Love this race center console. I have an armrest. I can rest my arm. So interior wise, I am quite happy. I think this car is beautiful on the outside and on the inside. So now let's get into the drive. What is powering the Audi RSQ8 Performance? So the RSQ8 Performance uses a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, producing 471 kilowatts and 850 Newton meters of torque. And yes, there is a normal RSQ8 that has about 800 Newton meters. I'm not sure about its power outputs, but I don't know if it's retailing in South Africa, because when we went to the launch earlier this year, this was the only one that was available, as well as an SQ8. I think there was an SQ8 or an SQ7. So yeah, you're getting a 4-liter, very nice 4-liter in here. And to be quite honest, this car speaks for itself. It sings, it roars, the cold start in the morning. It just heals you. You know, these are the sounds that heal you. I said, Horazaka Forisa Mabadi, guys, and this is a prime example of something that will heal your wounds. You could be going through a tough time. You can have a bad day at the office, but once you get into this thing and you start it, all your problems go away. Like, mona o itse keng ke setlhare ke lerumo la madi koloi e ke lerumo la madi, like serious ke Poseidon. It just fixes you, it heals you. So it has this very beautiful and legendary exhaust note, which I absolutely love. In the morning the cold starts amazing, then it becomes a bit subdued, and then the exhaust just excrete a lot of smoke, and I'm like, yo, this is performance heaven. It also has an adaptive air suspension, where when you put it in a certain drive mode, the car either lifts or it goes down. So that is also a nice touch. In terms of driving, absolutely insane. Put it in dynamic mode, put it in sport mode, put your foot down, it sprints. This car is huge, but it doesn't drive like something that's huge and heavy. It's very athletic, it's very agile, it makes a lot of noise, it sounds amazing, it accelerates so beautifully, and the acceleration is somewhat a bit scary because 471 kilowatts is not child's play, but the acceleration in here is absolutely stunning, and even on highway driving, absolutely amazing. So I am really, really impressed with the way this car drives and the way they have just put everything together. Gear changes are absolutely smooth and prompt. I did play with the pedal shifters, so I did, just change kamato with my hands, and I'm able to control it. It's nicer to do it, got the pedal shifters, because you can get a more pronounced pop. So you downshift quite a bit. So what I'll do is I'll be in SM4, manual 4, I'll let it red line a little bit, change down. Then you get that proper pop. So I do play around with the pedal shifters quite a bit. So in manual mode, it's a bit more enjoyable than just straight in the automatic when it changes itself. Fuel consumption, I don't think that is very much important, because this is a V8. If you're expecting 6 liters per 100 Ks, I mean, come on. Are you serious, my friend? Come on, like, let's be real. I'm doing about 15 liters. But to be quite honest, it's quite efficient. I've had this car for a week and I'm still on a half tank. Full tank range, you're getting about 600 kilometers. I'm on 330, and I have been very spirited and very liberal with this driving. So efficiency for me, I think, is there, somewhat there. So I'm very happy with that. But overall, I think, guys, the V8 supremacy lives on, guys. V8 ki V8, I guess V8 lohe. This is so perfect for me. So yeah, the drive was insane. So now let's get into the verdict. What does maseve think of the Audi RSQ8 Performance? Now, Audi is, for me, let me just start off the bat. Audi for me is the most foolproof of performance vehicles. If you want something that will kill you, go buy an M car. If you want something that will kill you but also try and keep you alive, go buy an AMG. If you want something that will keep you alive, guaranteed, buy an RS. The Quattro system is the most foolproof for me. You can't bin it if you tried. If you bin an RS car, for me, I'm like, you absolutely did it on purpose. But obviously, there's exceptions to the rule. So I think it's a foolproof car, nje. Like, this car is very foolproof. Even when I was driving, trying to be a bit fun with it, it put me back into place and said, baby girl, relax, we're not on track. So yeah, very beautiful exhaust note, very pronounced, looks the part, a very great family SUV. I think if you have the money, if you want to burn a hole in your pockets and you want a fun car to take the kids to school with or to go to the office with and whatever. But I'm actually asking, because this car cost more than 3 million rand, I don't think you buy this car with a salary, guys. Pay slip. I'm joking, but we'll get into that a bit later. But I think it is a great option for anyone who wants a fun and very strong and beastly kind of family SUV with a lot of power. So back to the pricing, you're looking at paying just over 3.2 million for this car. I don't think that is the full and final pricing. Obviously there's extras, we know Audi. So I think you're looking at just under 4 million for this car. And I think I can't really be aggravated by the pricing, because I don't think anyone expects a V8 for like R1,000,000. I think that's impossible. So the pricing for me is neither here nor there. It all boils down to preference and affordability. If the person has 3 million rand, it is a lot. I won't lie, 3 million rand is a lot. But I think you're getting a car that is worth 3 million rand. However, with pertaining my verdict, I think that if you feel that 3 million rand is excessive and you won't be able to fully experience 471 kilowatts, I would strongly suggest that you go for the Porsche Cayenne GTS. The GTS has about 360 something kilowatts. I think so, I'm not sure, but it's obviously started around 2.6 million. So if you spec it, you're gonna probably get to a 3.2 million price point, but you've got a Porsche. I saw some comments saying, poor man's Urus, poor man's Lamborghini Urus. And to be quite honest, guys, I would seethe and I would freak out if I spent 3 million of the finest and crispiest Mandelas for someone to tell me that the car I bought is a poor man's Urus. I don't want a car that I need to explain. So I don't like that whole analogy that this is a poor man's Urus. I think it has an identity and a DNA of its own. And with it being cheaper than the Urus, you're getting the same effect. Well, not the same effect. You're getting a similar effect. You're getting the fun factor. You're getting the V8. And I think it's just disingenuous for us to say this is the poor man's Urus. This is a proper car in its own right. It's beautiful. It drives well. It's dynamic. It is a true purebred V8. So I feel like as much as it's cheaper than the Urus, it still has a DNA of its own. And to be quite honest, if I had the money, I'd take this over a Lamborghini Urus any day. Anyway, that's just me. But like I said earlier, in terms of my verdict, if you feel like this is a bit excessive, I would say Porsche Cayenne GTS, because this actually is in the same segment as the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, right? Ooh. I love it, guys. I love it. But this actually takes on the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. And the Turbo GT sounds insane compared to this. It sounds absolutely mental. So that is my verdict. This car is perfect in its own right. This car is beautiful. This car is everything you'll need and more. Yes, sloping roofline at the rear. Visibility is a bit impaired. But anyway, you're not looking back in an RSQ8. You're going forward. You are just accelerating forward, you know? So yeah, I think it's fine. But I do understand that 471 kilowatts can be excessive. And obviously on national roads, you won't be able to get the full experience of it. So the Porsche Cayenne GTS makes sense. But if you do have the money, I strongly suggest getting behind the wheel of this thing and testing it out for yourself. The exhaust note is so melodic to the point where I didn't even know that this car is a Bang & Olufsen, I think, until 2-3 days in, because I've been listening to the pipes the whole week. And I've always said if I were to buy a performance car, that's the only time where I would abscond a nice sound system, because the real sound system is the pipes. So my verdict, maseve, is that I'll give this car an 11 out of 10. It's that good. It's that sweet. It has road presence. It has the space. It has all the tech you need. It looks the part. It looks amazing. It has a lot of niceties. Yes, 3 million is exorbitant. It is a lot of money. However, I do believe that there is someone out there who will buy it. So I'm neither here nor there with the pricing, considering also the displacement, the thing that's under the hood. You're getting such a great car. But like I said earlier, if you feel like this is excessive, Porsche Cayenne GTS, I think you'll have a good time as well. And I think there's other cars in the playing field. You've got your BMW X5M and X6M competitions. You've got your Mercedes-Benz GLE 63, you know, the big displacements, all those nice ones. Bentley Bentayga. But this Bentayga and Cayenne are similar because they are MQB, the Touareg platform. So they're all in the same family, just different DNAs. But I think for me, this is absolutely stunning. proper 11 out of 10. You will enjoy this car. And it's also a perfect car for someone who's a novice or a rookie to performance vehicle. It's not going to try and kill you. You're going to have a good time. And the melodic sound system, not sound system, but the melodic pipes in this thing. Gotta know, man, guys. This is really good. And that is it from me, maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you think about the Audi RSQ8 Performance. Do you like? Do you not like? And with 3.2 million rand at your disposal, what would you do and what would you get? Don't forget to watch those ads because kulaveka Gucci and all that jazz. I've always said this, guys. I don't know if you agree with me. Please let me know in the comments. I feel like Audi's RS models make more financial sense than their standard models. I checked the new A3. It's almost $1 million. And I feel like if I add 500,000, I can get an RS3. Yes, I'll probably go hungry. But bohobele metsi is food. I can live off pap and water or bread and water. You know? I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. But I always feel like these models make more sense than their standard models. But anyway, we'll just have a conversation about that. Thank you so much for the support. Road to 50,000. But yeah, this was an experience and a half. During this review, I've been driving an S3, so when I slow down, it just pops, and I'm like, yo, this is so good. But yeah, ultimately, I am rambling. But if you want a practical, fun, beastly family SUV, the RSQ8 Performance is your guy. I would never deter you from getting one, because I think I would want one for myself. That is how fantastic this vehicle is. And I think Audi has knocked it out of the park, retaining this beautiful displacement. I mean, we're in the era of electrification and hybrids. Just to hear something that makes a noise, it's so nice and heartwarming, man. Like, guys, I say kulaveka mali because I know kulaveka mali, guys. I don't just say it because in JNJ it's nice to say. I mean it. Kulaveka mali, and we must work. This is a very long outro. But yeah, great. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.